Last week I made a video titled 9 Reasons to Start Print on Demand, and in that video I took an optimistic approach at the print on demand business, but I asked at the end of that video if anyone would like to see the pessimistic approach to starting print on demand, and that's what I have for you today. Reasons why you should not start a print on demand business. So if you're on the fence about starting a print on demand business, I would highly suggest watching this video and that video to get a full picture of what's to come if you decide you want to start. So without further ado, let's just get right into it with reason number 1, endless copying of designs. In print on demand, there are copycats absolutely everywhere, even on established websites like Amazon and Etsy, right? These are two big websites, yet they can't seem to take control of the number of people copying other people's designs, ripping off trademarks, all those kind of things. So a lot of the time you have to bear in mind when you create a design and you upload that design, there is a good chance that it's going to get ripped off. What's really crazy is this just isn't taken seriously enough. I mean, the worst that could happen to someone at the moment is they'll get their account shut down and, oh no, they'll have to start again. But really, what's going on here is they are stealing. They are without a doubt stealing work from other people, and there should be consequences for their actions. Not just your account has been banned. They should be getting sued. They should have to pay. There should be serious consequences for someone who's going to blatantly steal, especially pixel for pixel, someone else's artwork. So if you don't mind about uploading your design and potentially getting it ripped off, then this isn't such a concern for you. But if you are concerned, then this is quite a big one. Likewise, you only tend to find people stealing designs that are either very good or already getting sales. So I guess on the plus side, if your design is being stolen, at least you're getting some sales yourself. But again, that's not really a good thing. We just all wish that people didn't steal our designs in the first place. Number 2, the profit margin is actually quite low, which is really annoying. I mean, no matter what company you use, generally the profit margin per t-shirt or per product that you sell happens to be, really low. For example, if you're selling for $19.99 with merch by Amazon, you're getting around $5, which is actually not bad, but it's also not very good when you think about the price it's being sold for. On Redbubble, it's even less, with around $2 or $3 profit margin, and that's if you're selling for even more than $19.99. So it is really frustrating. The ideal scenario is to upload to your own website using your own, fulfillment of some sort, your own t-shirt company of some sort, and you can order in bulk, and that's where you start to make a serious amount of money, $15 profit. Now the option below that is to use Printful, where you can get maybe $8 to $10 profit if you sell for around $18 or $17 or $18. But for the most part, majority of people, when they're starting print on demand, they are going to go for Redbubble, they're going to go for Etsy, they're going to go for Amazon, maybe Teespring, and those kind of websites where you're looking at profit margins below $5. So just bear that in mind. If you do want to start this side hustle, you're going to have to sell a lot of volume to actually start making serious money. Number 3, it can take a really long time, and I mean a really long time, so don't expect overnight success or any get-rich-quick schemes, because when uploading a design, it can take days, it can take weeks, it can take months, and you know what? It can even take years for that shirt to start getting sales, and a lot of this is luck, a lot of it is skill, but a good proportion of it is luck. And the annoying thing is, it's really hard to plan. I mean, if this is your income, it's hard to plan your life, your future, expenses, or anything really, because print on demand is so volatile. It can make money, it maybe won't make money, and even if you have a successful t-shirt, it can tank, the next day and make no sales. Or what's worse, you could have someone rip off your design, sell it for cheaper, and then they start stealing all of your market. Like it's really hard, and at the end of the day, it's just a long, slow process. So you just have to bear in mind, if you're in this business, you have to be in it for the long game. Don't think, oh, you know what, I'm going to do print on demand for a couple of weeks and see if it's going to work. You're going to have to prepare yourself to continuously try and get those sales, even if you don't get sales to start with. Number 4, pretty much every site can just shut you down at a moment's notice. And this is very normal for all businesses. For example, on YouTube could just shut my channel down, right? Amazon could just close our store. We are at a whim to these bigger companies. And with print on demand, you see it happening so much more frequently, where places like Redbubble or Amazon or whatever just decide, you know what, we do not like you on our platform, we're going to close your store, with basically no warning, nothing. So that is 1 minute you're making money, the next minute you are making nothing, you don't have an account. Now, a lot of the time you can dispute this, you can argue this, and maybe after a few weeks you get your account back, but a lot of the times you've lost your ranking for your t-shirts, your sales have gone down a bit, and it's just very infuriating. Now, the best solution for this is to have your own website selling your t-shirts and controlling and running everything yourself. However, that's a lot harder, and that takes a lot more time. You've got to sort out your own traffic. It's just not easy. But down the line, that should be your end goal, to always try and be in total control of your own business. Now, a lot of the time, people get booted for specific reasons, right? They get their accounts shut because they broke trademark or copyright, or they infringed on something, or they did something wrong, right? And if that's the case, then, it was expected, right? It was going to happen eventually. It's for the people who have done absolutely nothing wrong, where they get their account shut down. Either it's an error with a bot, or I don't know what it is, but it's very, very annoying. And a lot of the time they do get their accounts back, I have to say. It's just a massive hiccup in the regular flow of things when you're running a business. You don't want to be constantly worried that your account is going to get shut down at a moment's notice. This is why I always recommend having a backup, multiple sources of income. If you're doing print on demand, use multiple different accounts, right? When I say accounts, I mean different companies like Etsy and Amazon and Redbubble. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket, right? And maybe even have it on your own platform. But just make sure you always have some sort of backup, not just for print on demand, but for whatever business you're in. Number 5, the big boys are starting to play the print on demand game. And that's just making it so much harder for us. You have people like Disney, and within Disney, you've got Marvel and Star Wars and, like MTV, coming onto the print on demand scene and starting to make print on demand t-shirts within Amazon, within other platforms as well. And it just makes it a lot harder for us, because even though we could never sell a Star Wars print on demand t-shirt, right, we at least had a lot more control over certain days of the year, like Father's Day. We had the edge. We could sell a Father's Day t-shirt and have the edge. But when Star Wars comes on and they start selling a Father's Day t-shirt, to a customer, they can either buy your Father's Day t-shirt, or they can buy this funny, nostalgic Star Wars Father's Day t-shirt that is pop culture, really funny reference, whatever it is, with Star Wars. Chances are they're going to go with what they know, because that's just normal, right? And it makes it a lot harder for us. And this is one of the reasons why Disney and Star Wars and Marvel made millions and millions during Father's Day this year, because they brought out a whole bunch of Father's Day t-shirts. A lot of them were ripped off from creators like us. They just had their spin on it because they're able to use characters like Yoda and, there's so many, Darth Vader and all of them really, and Captain America and all these other characters, these well-known figures on their t-shirts, which help them sell. So that's just going to make it slightly harder for us. This is why you have to continuously think outside the box with print on demand and try and come up with brand new, unique ideas that people will stop and be like, I want that design. Now that's really, really hard. It's not impossible, but it's really hard. And if you can do it, then brilliant. But if you can't do it, then it's going to be quite a difficult journey. And finally, number 6, there is limited time. And what I mean by this is there is limited time in the day to focus on your side hustle. Now, a lot of the time with print on demand, it's usually a side hustle because you have a full 9-to-5 job, paying the bills, paying all the things you need to pay. And then you are kind of trying to build up your print on demand business. For a lot of people, print on demand is their main source of income, and that's absolutely fine. But as well, majority, it's usually a side hustle. And when it becomes a side hustle, you have to ask yourself, you've got 2 or 3 hours spare in the day after getting home from work, to work on your side hustle. Do you want to spend that time working on your print on demand business, or would you rather spend that time working on something else? Affiliate marketing, YouTube, Amazon, drop shipping, anything, right? So you've really got to ask yourself, you've got 2 hours or 3 hours in the day. How do you want to spend that time, and what would be the most valuable way to spend that time? That's what you have to ask yourself. Now, those were the 6 reasons not to start print on demand. There were more reasons to start print on demand, because at the end of the day, I do think if you want to start print on demand, you should go for it. And these cons of it, the disadvantages of starting print on demand, I don't think they outweigh the pros, so definitely, if you haven't seen the other video, the optimistic approach, go and watch that video, because hopefully that will convince you to potentially start print on demand. But now I'm hoping you kind of have the whole look and the whole idea of what you're going to be going into if you start print on demand, and that was my aim for making this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any ideas of other reasons not to start print on demand, then let me know in the comments down below. I'll be happy to read and respond to anyone. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.